NFC South. New Orleans ended last year 13-3, a fire year from Michael Thomas and Drew Brees. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell on that. I think that was their year. I think this might be the year where Drew becomes a little pedestrian. I don't like the defense as much as I did last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they win 9 or 10 games.
I will sell as well. I will say 10-6.
11-5. I think they're still very, very good, and will still compete for the first round bye.
Right.
In the NFC.
Oh yeah.
I think they're going to take their division too. I think they're going to take the South.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh yeah.
We'll get into it. Next, Atlanta. So we had 2 7-9 teams, Atlanta and Carolina. And Atlanta, Carolina, and New Orleans have just been running this merry-go-round of it's my turn to win it,
Tampa.
and you're going to get 6 games. You're going to win 6 games, and I'm going to win it this year.
Yeah, Carolina especially. They go from 12-4 to, I mean, were they 12-4 2 years ago, and they were 15-1 4 years ago.
Yep.
They went 15-1, then 6-10, then 12-4, then 7-9. Like Carolina. If Cam Newton can stay healthy, they will have a good season.
That's why
if his shoulder can stay.
That's why I don't think I'm holding on Carolina.
I'm gonna buy.
I think Carolina will be better as well. I think that
they
DJ Moore, and is it Kelvin Benjamin? Is he there?
No, Kelvin Benjamin's gone.
No, Kelvin.
Oh wait, he might be in
to
Buffalo.
Buffalo, and then. Is he still in Buffalo?
He might be in Buffalo
again.
He might be in Buffalo. But
DJ
Moore, Christian McCaffrey, obviously.
Confused.
Christian McCaffrey obviously will be their offense for the most part.
Yeah.
But that defense is still pretty good. And I think they will be. I think they'll be 8-8, 9-7.
I see Carolina with 9 wins. I see Cam doing better than last year, but I don't see how he could do worse than last year.
He couldn't even throw the last 3 games of the season.
And it was honestly to a point where unless you're you hate Carolina because you're a fan of someone in the division like Jake here, I genuinely felt bad for Cam Newton last year. I felt like this is a guy in pain. This is a guy with questions.
Why was he playing?
There was that incredible press conference. Do you remember that with 2 games to go? They had that incredible press conference where he's just like, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. We don't know how to fix it. Nothing is changing. I have no idea. Where you could just see the fear that he doesn't know what's going on with his body.
Let it be known that I do feel bad for him.
I pitied him more than I've pitied
I pity him
a pro athlete just because of you could see he was scared.
Here's why they're going to be 7-9 again, and this is why I'm holding on them. It's that very reason. They put their whole franchise behind Cam Newton.
I understand that.
And nothing against Cam Newton. I think that he had a breakout year in 2015 and hasn't really been that great since, but he's been hitting a lot and been putting in situations where he's getting hurt. And I think the reason I put them at 7-9 because for some reason this front office can't get a serviceable backup quarterback. If his arm is that bad where he can't throw, you're telling me you don't have anybody in your lineup that you could say, you know what, you got to take over because Cam can't throw.
The problem with Carolina's backup quarterback is that the year before they drafted Cam, you'll forget they drafted a #1 quarterback the year before that. Their first-round pick was it a Notre Dame guy?
Jimmy Clausen?
Jimmy Clausen. Thank you so much. Jimmy Clausen was drafted in the first round the year before Cam Newton, and so their money was tied up. Why am I going to get a backup for $6 million when I got to pay this guy for 3 more years?
To me, it just doesn't. It seems tone deaf because they must not be watching the same games we're watching because we've seen it. Sam's not going to get the calls Aaron Rodgers is going to get. He's not going to Cam. He's not going to get the same calls
Cam
because
gets
of his size.
Cam gets hit where Rodgers gets the flag. Brady gets a roughing the passer, and Cam takes the hit.
Hell, even 2 years ago, the first game of the season, he gets blatantly helmet to helmet. Gets knocked back and dazed and no flags. So because of that, because Carolina can see that for years of film of him getting hit and brutalized the way that he has.
Because he's built like a defensive end.
And they can't think, let's get a backup. Let's get somebody like, I don't know, a Josh McGowan. Get somebody. Get a Ryan Fitzpatrick.
How much are you going to pay him is the problem. Because money magic, baby. Fitzmagic is only taking starting caliber money.
My point is that they're always going to be. I think they're going to be stuck in that scenario of 7-9 because I don't think Cam is healthy, and I don't think that they're going to go any forward with the division. division. I think they're a lock.
When I
Or
listen
hold
back to this
themselves.
tomorrow, I'm going to count my Fitzmagic. How many?
Said
How many?
Fitzmoney. I
How
think
many
you're trying to-
times I say a variation of his name? I'm going to count, and I'm going to list all the different kinds and how
You're
many.
trying
times.
to get Fetch to happen because you keep saying Fitzmoney the whole time.
That's so Fitzmoney.
All right, so where are we at on Carolina? I'm holding.
You know, I'm going to slightly buy, and I'm going to slightly buy Atlanta too. I see them both coming back up to 9 or 10 wins.
Yeah, Julio's going to have a better season than he did last
How,
year.
how could he have a worse
Yeah.
season?
So I mean, and
He was targeted like 4 times in the end zone. Like
yeah, Matt Ryan will figure out that he has the best receiver in the NFL.
It was
and he needs to use
criminal.
him.
It was criminal how they used Julio Jones last
Exactly.
year.
So I agree. Atlanta and their defense is they got some really good players on that defense. So
Well, they've always tried to build the defense since this bald guy became their coach how many years ago? Because he was the Seahawks defensive coordinator, and then went there and they said, okay, we got Matt Ryan, and they tried building the defense. They've never been able to have it match how good their offense has been.
and their offense hasn't been that great the last couple seasons.
And they lost one of their running back duo.
Tevin Coleman.
Yep, he went to I think San Fran.
Francisco,
Yep,
yep.
that's right. And so I'm buying a game, slightly maybe holding to 8-8, 9-7. Depends on Matty Ice.
I'll buy, but I'll buy for them to go 8-8.
Are you going to buy them and Tampa too?
I was going to have a caveat here and have a homer moment, but I'm buying them to. You know what? I'll drop them one lower. I'll buy. No, because I'd hold them. I'll buy. They'll go 8-8
Tampa Bay's going 8-8.
as well. Tampa Bay will go 8-8. As
I
well.
really, I think you need to reevaluate that.
Here's why. Bruce Arians is coming in, and Bruce Arians is a quarterback whisperer. Self-proclaimed, I know, but the dude won a Super Bowl with Big Ben, and he turned around a franchise in Arizona and made the Cardinals relevant for. I mean, he had only one bad season when he was with the Cardinals, and I think this is a big year for Jameis. This is a money year for Jameis. If he can't produce this year, he's done. And you have Mike Evans returning. You have Chris Godwin, who's just been an absolute beast in training camp in the preseason, who's really stepped up coming off.
Detroit Lions went 4-0 in the preseason, went 0-16.
Okay, yeah, I guess, because Tampa went 3-1, whatever. But my point is that O.J. Howard is back and healthy. Chris Godwin's back healthy, and they're looking really good. And I know, again, I'm fully accepting this is a homer decision, and I'm okay with it. But I think Tampa will go 8-8. 8-8.
Well, I'm selling Tampa down to 3-13,
wins. Oh, my
4-12. Yeah, I'll sell Tampa down to 4-12. And I'm pretty sure you would have said the same thing at the beginning of last season before Money Magic came out here and won the first game in New Orleans.
Yeah. And then I watched him just
And then
slowly.
they shuffled to 5-11. So you got to really think if they don't have that good of the offense this year, which I
think
don't.
they have a better
No,
offense than last year.
I disagree. I do not think they have a better
Even
offense.
taking away Deshaun Jackson, you still have Chris Godwin, Chris Godwin is still a legitimate number 2 receiver.
Who's
Mike
getting-
Evans is still number 1.
Who is getting him the ball? Because I do not believe in Jameis. I do not believe in Jameis under Bruce Arians.
Again, this is the year. I think Jameis knows that he's got to be the best he can. Do I think he's a franchise quarterback? No. Do I think he'll probably be gone after the season? Maybe. If they're going 8-8, I don't know.
So
But
do you want them to go 8-8 and kick Jameis to the curb when they can go 2-14 and grab Tua?
He already said he doesn't like Tua.
Brandon, we need you here. We need you here.
I think that Tampa Bay. I don't think they'll be 3-13, but I definitely don't think they're going to be 8-8. I got them at I got them 5.
I'm gonna hold them at 5-11.
5 wins.
And I hear what you're saying, and that's
not necessarily a 2.
I think their
thing
offense
either.
can be good, but you named off all this stuff about their offense, and their defense is still horrible.
They've got Levante David, former Husker.
Who?
Actually, I'll take
Who?
the look at it this way. They went hard on defense in the draft, and they're rebuilding a defense.
Okay, so they got a bunch of rookies in the NFL. That isn't going to win you
But
games
again, you're playing in the NFC South and
with good offenses.
With 3
Look at
teams
those
that could
offense.
all make the playoffs.
the Carolina come on, give me a break.
I want you to look me in the eye and say you think Tampa's going to have a better season than Carolina.
Tampa Bay will have a better season than Carolina.
He did. He looked me in the eye and he said
I
it.
smiled when I
We're
said
going to
it.
move on. We're not even. You know what?
We gotta
I wanna
wrap this
table
up,
I want
man.
to table this for a few seasons that we're gonna sit and we're not going to say who's going to win the South this week.